Hi guys, it's Michael from Zambia. Once again, I've come with a video on which I'm going to discuss about four key things that I'm going to talk about in this video. The first one is the freedom of expression. The second one is um, being one as a nation, the power of being one, the power of unison. The third one is making the government accountable. The last one, the fourth one is youth youth empowerment. So these are the four things. These are the key areas for today that I'm going to talk about in this video. Thank you for yesterday's comments. My childhood friend Kacha, thank you for uh, advising me to remove the background song yesterday. It was a bit disturbing. Yeah, and please kindly continue advising me on how I'm going to perfect my videos and whatever topics you'd like me to put across on this platform. So yeah, thank you. And for those who are new, please kindly subscribe, share, and like my video and my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell sign so that you continue receiving notifications every time I post a video. So first thing first, freedom of expression. Freedom of expression. It is something very, very important in any nation, in any society. Freedom of expression gives someone the freedom to come out, to speak out whenever something is not going right. You come out freely, you speak about those things that are pressing you, and you you air your views to the people that are in the forefront of running the affairs of the nation. So this is what has come up right now in our nation, Zambia, and the youths are expressing themselves because they feel the things that are going on right now in our country are not okay. Should I say, are not okay? So I think I'll just take you back to yesterday's remarks that I talked about in the video. I said we need to be serious with our research, especially when it comes to the constitution of Zambia. We need to know. We need to know what our constitution says when it comes to freedom of expression. With me, let me just share with you what I researched on the freedom of expression, what our constitution talks about when it comes to freedom of expression. So, um, our constitution states a person has the rights to peacefully and unharmed to assemble, demonstrate, or picket and present petitions to state organs and state institutions. Let me let me go through again. A person has the rights to peacefully and unarmed to assemble, demonstrate, or picket and present petitions to the state organs and the state institutions. So, from this um, uh, statement that I've just given you guys, we can rightly see that a person has freedom of expression. We have the rights to peacefully demonstrate, peacefully um, petition the state organs and the state institutions when things are not going right in our nation. And right now, this is what the youths are standing for. So we do not expect anyone to start blocking us when we feel we want to express ourselves in regards to the wrongdoings that are going on in our country. So I'm urging every one of you to get this chance, go and study the constitution, know your rights, know your freedom rights, know what you are supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. So like I said in the previous video yesterday, I said we need to do this strategically. If we are to come up with a demonstration, it has to be a peaceful one, not a confusion based demonstration. So we have to be very strategic and very smart, and we think of having a demonstration or protest. We have the right to do that, and it's very sad in our country that we hear statements from the police and the state itself, um, saying they're going to arrest anyone who's going to do a demonstration. Wow, does that mean we're not supposed to demonstrate when things are not going right? They should tell us why we should not demonstrate. They should tell us why we should not go out and speak out on the things that we think and we know that are going wrong in our country. So first thing first, let's get to know what the do's and don'ts, so that we do not fall in the wrong hands. It was unfortunate for the two youths that were arrested, all because they wanted to get a permission for the peaceful demonstration and protest. It is very sad and shameful for a democratic country like Zambia. We do not expect such things to be happening in a democratic country. I think the only two countries there of which I know of where people do not have a say, um, and this is Russia and China. When people come out as we are coming out, the police will be on you. The only two countries that I know, Russia and China. So I don't know if Zambia has also gone that route. And if it has gone that route, meaning our constitution has been twisted and it has changed. And I don't know when it changed, because we are a democratic country. We need to express ourselves on matters concerning our well-being and running of this country. So I'm urging everyone out there. Please, it's very easy. You can get this information just right at your fingertips. You can just Google this, and you'll be able to read the full information about freedom of expression. Um, we are being taken advantage of because we sometimes lack information. We sometimes lack this knowledge that are usually hidden um, in the books like the Constitution. So let's study. Let's get to know what we need to do and what we're not supposed to do. So I'm kindly urging everyone out there, let's be strategic, and we should be as one. We should be united as we go out there and do our protests. The second issue at hand, it's just a continue. It's just falling into the second, from the first into the second. So the second one, I said, it's having a united nation. the power of oneness, the power of being a united nation. Um, you know, the matter at hand right now in our country does not only affect the youths. I think when you look at it, it affects all everyone in our country. It affects everyone in our country. So we need, as youths, as we are um, out there trying to air our views and demonstrate, protest. Let's also involve other people, because us alone we cannot do it. Like I said yesterday, a nation is not only consists of youths. We need to also engage our parents at home. We need to educate them, let them know what we're going through and the reason why we are standing on this um, as at now, why we're coming out like this in this period. So when we engage everyone, we're going to achieve. I'll talk about just a few things, a few examples of the power of oneness. You look at you look at the sun. The sun consists of the substance itself, heat and light. It's powerful. The sun is powerful. No one can even try to look direct to the sun. So another example I can give is um, water. Water consists of three things. There's gas, liquid, and solid. So when you look at how the water um, behaves, how the water itself, the substance behaves, it's so powerful, and it happens. It so happens that it's because of the oneness of these three substances that makes up this uh, matter called water. So anyway, let me not even talk about so much about um, what makes something uniform and so powerful. So my point here is, when we come as a united nation, youths, yeah, our elders, we come together. We're going to make a difference. We're going to be so effective in. Sorry, I think I have a flu. So as I was saying, we're going to be more effective. We're going to be more powerful, even as we air our views. So it's my appeal that we also involve our elders out there. Let's explain to them what we are going through and the reason why we're acting like this. Because right now in our country, it seems the youths, the young people have been sidelined. Right now, I feel like they our leaders right now think they can do without youths. They can do without young people. There's no way I'm repeating this. There's no way I'm repeating this. This is I said it even yesterday. There's no way they can be calling us disgruntled. There's no way they can be calling us uh, poor youths. We are not poor. Like I always say, Zambia is not poor, including the youths are not poor. So mm, I'm urging every youth out there to take this matter seriously. With oneness, we're going to achieve. Alone, we cannot. We will never achieve. Alone, we'll never achieve. And the time is now. The time is now. We're not going to wait for 2021. We need to start right now. Yeah, it may seem to be so difficult because maybe in our era it will be the first of its kind. But when you look back, like uh, in the 60s, 1964, how we got independence, it was the youths that rose up and fought for our independence. When you look back in 1991, it was the youths out there who fought for democracy. And this is what we are enjoying right now. I'm able to freely express myself because of the democracy that we enjoy in Zambia. But slowly, things are dying. And if we're not careful, we'll find ourselves going backwards in days of dictatorship and where people are being oppressed, mistreated, uh, uh, have no say to the affairs of the country. So that was the second point I wanted to bring out. Let's be united as one. Let's involve our elders in this movement so that they also back us up. If we have a backup, then everything will be smooth. Will go on smoothly. The third issue on my list is making government accountable. Making government accountable. Yeah, this is also another issue, hot, hot issue right now at hand in our country. How do we make our government accountable? Or how do we do it? How do we come out? I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and Facebook, on social media in general. I've seen a lot of videos from the youths, Zambian youths, asking questions, asking questions on what's happening to our, um, especially gold mine and um, Zesco, ERB, anyway, the running and the affairs of the nation. So we have the right to make the government accountable for whatever they are doing in this nation, in our nation. Uh, in my first statement, when I was my first my preamble, I talked of petitioning the state organs and the state institutions. This includes it's more like making them accountable for things that we feel are not going right. An example I can give is ERB. ERB has stood to say they won't reduce the prices of fuel. They won't reduce the prices of fuel. When we know, everyone knows that the fuel prices internationally has reduced, has dropped to negative. And why should we not enjoy that privilege? Why should Zambians not enjoy that privilege of having reduction of fuel? You know, I don't know. I'll say this again. The people that are in these offices, I don't know whether they're doing it just to frustrate the Zambians or they're doing it out of ignorance, because fuel fuel runs the economy of the country. What do I mean? When you reduce fuel, when you reduce fuel, transport becomes cheap. The cost of doing business becomes cheap. The essential commodities become cheap. The prices of all the essential commodities reduce. Why? Because the transportation costs become cheap as well. They become less costly. So fuel has to be very cheap in a nation. And we have this privilege right now whereby international pricing of fuel has gone way below zero. It's in the negatives. Why should we not enjoy that privilege as a Zambian nation? So we need to make them accountable for this as well. We need to make them accountable for this. Another thing I'll talk about is Zesco pricing. Zesco, the way they've increased the electricity tariffs, it's unacceptable. In a country where power is generated, it's unacceptable. Yes, someone who out there will say, no, we have the cheapest tariffs in the southern region, but I won't agree to that, because we have a lot of water bodies in our country, and right now we're generating a lot of power. Why should we have tariffs that are so high? When you look at how they're billing us, again, it's abnormal. It's something abnormal. You buy units worth 300 today. In the next 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I mean, it goes like it just goes like in a thin hair. These are things that we need to have tabled up, have the have them accountable for. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Nothing is making sense. Look at the prices of mini meal. Just a few days ago, they announced to have a bumper harvest. Now that bumper harvest, what impact? What impact has it brought to the nation or to the milling industry? When we have a bumper harvest, I believe we're supposed to have a drop in the milling meal prices, because milling meal, I mean, maize is all over on the market, and as a government, as a government, they need to make sure that all the millers are adhering to what the nation is crying for. We're crying for the reduction of mini meal. Mini meal has gone very high, and as you know, Zambia's staple food is nshima. We depend on nshima, and nshima is mini meal. So if you have very high prices of mini meal, meaning people, nshima will become a thing of the past to some people. They will be eating maybe once in a day. Some maybe even not, because they can't afford to buy. So this is something that we need to air out, and we need to make our government accountable for doing uh, such an inhuman decisions of having our prices very high. Government, I don't know why they're not listening to the cries of the people out there. People are crying every day saying, can we have the minimum prices down? Can we have the fuel down? Can we have the load shedding reduced, if not to 2 hours, or maybe just nothing of load shedding? People are fed up, fed up of this government. They're just fed up of this government. And this is the more reason why the youths have come up with this movement. And do not think that we are being sponsored by some political parties. No, this is coming out because we have seen what's happening in our country, and what is happening is unacceptable to a normal human being. This is unacceptable. We're being kept as though This is animal farm. So yeah. Anyway, I will talk and talk and talk. I'm so I'm so touched with what's happening in our country, and it's really upsetting me sometimes, even when I think of what's happening. So the last point that I want to talk about today is the youth empowerment. Youth empowerment, yes, but CEC, but CECC, whatever that you empower Zambians, but how accessible are your loans to the youths? How accessible are your loans to the youths? And what are the requirements? How easy is it for one to for the youths to get to attend a loan from you? You know, if a nation empowers the youths, then the future is bright. If a nation empowers the youths, then the future is bright. But it's sad to see that in our country, the youths are being stepped on. They are being stepped on. I don't know if it's just one way of what's happening. The way I'm seeing things going on in our country is our leaders want us to be the youths to be worshiping them. Like you go, you don't have anything. They know that they've stripped off everything from the youths, and they only access to the things that the youth needs. It's them. So they'll make you start begging for those things. They'll make you start kneeling for those things that are rightfully yours. It's more like the days of colonial. In the days of colonial, our colonial masters, the way we used to worship them, it's the same way they want us to be worshiping them right now. We cannot be worshiping them when we rightfully have a share to the resources of our nation. We cannot start worshiping them. It's unacceptable. No, 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 no. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So kindly have this in mind. I'm talking about the government, our leaders. Have this in mind to say when you empower the youths, you have a bright future. Not everyone is going to be a CEO, not of Zesco, or a CEO for ZRA, CEO for Zamtel. Uh, not everyone is going to be a teacher. Not everyone is going to be a nurse. Not everyone is going to be a doctor. So, if you look at the characteristics of the youths in the nation, then you know how to empower each and every youth out there. We have very skilled youths who can just from university they can start running a company, a manufacturing company, manufacturing of maybe mineral water, manufacturing of soft drinks, manufacturing of detergent paste. These are the projects that we you need to fund as a government. You need to fund the youths, let them come into in groups and let them share the ideas and fund those ideas, empower them. They'll it's you create jobs, because those youths will start employing others. They will start employing others. Not what's happening right now. We have investors, we have a lot of investors in our country, but there are no jobs. Then what's the point of having investors when we have no jobs in our country? Meaning our investors are useless, because if we have investors in our country, they need to create jobs. They need to create jobs. So please, government, look at the youths. Look at the youths. The youths are the future generation. And if this generation is destroyed, then we'll have no future at all. We'll have no future at all. So it is my appeal and my wish that the government starts looking at the affairs of the youths, empower them, and give them the best they need in the society for them to be where they're supposed to be. Well, I have a lot to say, but let me spare some time for the next video. And in the next video, um, I'll talk about other issues that will come up during the course of this day or maybe tomorrow. So for today, this is what I wanted to share, and thank you so much, everyone. Again, stay blessed and always show some love. Always be a beacon of love. Zambia is a very peaceful nation, and we should maintain that core. We should maintain that core. So without saying much and without going through the same things, this is where I end my video for today. And thank you, everyone. Enjoy the day. Peace. I love you all.